Hi, next concept under second chapter, fifth model is IEEE A02.11. We know that what is the full form of IEEE? Okay, Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. Okay, what is the architecture of this IEEE 802.11? Okay, this architecture of IEEE 802.11. The standard defines two kinds of service. This architecture provides two two kinds of services. One is basic service set BSS and extended service set ESS. Means there are two kinds of service provided by this architecture. We'll see one by one. First, we are going to explain BSS and we are going to explain ESS. First, we are going to explain BSS, Basic Service Set. IEEE 802.11 defines the basic service set as the building blocks of a wireless LAN. Means this BSS is building blocks of an wireless LAN. Okay, basic service set is made of, means this basic service set is made up of stationary or mobile station and optical center base station, nothing but our access point. Means this BSS is made up of stationary or mobile wireless stations and access point. Okay, next, there are two types of architecture. Two types of architecture. First one is ad hoc network. Another one is infrastructure network. Okay, what is meant by ad hoc network and infrastructure network? We are going to see here. You can observe. You can observe these two figures. First figure is ad hoc BSS, means ad hoc base service set. Next one is infrastructure basic service set. Here in ad hoc BSS you can see that there is no access point. Okay, you can see that there is no access point in the middle. Okay, in ad hoc BSS. Okay, means the station can form a network without need of an AP. Means here the network can form without using AP. We are not going to use this access point in this basic service set. Okay, station can locate one another, agree to be part of BSS. Means here they will not use this AP. Station can locate one another. These are the station. These are four stations are located one another as a part of BSS. This is our ad hoc network. What is meant by infrastructure? Infrastructure BSS. In infrastructure BSS work with an AP. AP is present. Here AP is absent. We know that AP is nothing but access point. Okay, next we'll move on to ESS. What is meant by ESS? ESS is nothing but extended service set. Okay, extended service set. A ESS is made up of two or more BSS with APs. Means the ESS is made up of two or more BSS with an AP. In this diagram, you can see that two or more. In this diagram, we are using 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 BSS with an APs. This is one AP, this is one AP, this is one AP. Okay, there are 3 APs are used. Okay, this BSS are connected through a distribution system which is usually a wired LAN. Means this the BSS AP is connected to one system that is called as distribution system, which is usually a wired LAN. This is wired LAN because you can see that using physical connection we connected this APs to, means this BSS to this distribution system. Okay, next, a distribution connected to AP in the BS. I explained that these APs are connected to this distribution system using this voice. Okay, next, IEEE 802.11 does not restrict the distribution system. Means this IEEE 802.11 do not restrict this distribution system because it is allow this distribution system. Why this IEEE 802 will allow this distribution system? The distribution, you can see that distribution system can be any IEEE LAN such as Ethernet. This distribution system may be Ethernet, so it is allowed. Okay, next, ESS use two types of station. Here ESS use two types of station. These are the station. What type of station these are means? It may be mobile station for normal station inside the BSS. You can see that mobile station can be used, or normal station. The mobile station or normal station inside the BSS. Okay, means this is one BSS, this is one BSS, this is one BSS. Inside this BSS, you can see this. These are the station. These are mobile station. These are normal station inside the BSS. Okay, stationary station are AP station that are parts of wide LAN. Means this here these are mobile station, this is stationary station. Okay, this is this are all mobile stations. This AP which is connected to this distributed system are all stationary stations. Okay, here there are two type of station in BSS, sorry, ESS. One is mobile station, nothing but these are all mobile station. These APs are called as stationary stations. Okay, when BSS are connected, the station which reach one of other can be communicated without the use of AP. Means they are telling that when BSS are connected, a station within reach of another can communicate within the use of AP. Means suppose the one BSS range, another BSS range having the some meeting range, they can communicate easily without using this AP. Okay, AP. Okay. Next, however, communication between two stations is different BSS usually across via two station. Means suppose in this BS this station and this station should communicated with each other, means we should use this AP. Okay, they are telling suppose this station used to communicate, means there is no need of this AP because this two station is within the range of this BSS. Okay, suppose 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 this station and this station want to communicate each other, means we need AP. Okay, AP is we need to communicate because this station is in one BSS, this station is in another BSS. If this station want to communicate, means we have to use AP APs. Okay, that is only they are telling here. Okay, you can see that communication between two station is different BSS usually occurs via APs. Means if station are in different BSS, means have to access to our AP. Okay, have to use APL. Next, station types. Okay, next is station type. IEEE 802.11 defines three types of station based on their mobility in wireless LAN. Based on the mobility means moving, there are three types of stations. Means you can see that this is one BSS. In this BSS we can have three types of station. You can see the three types of station based on their mobility nothing but moving. Okay, moving of the station depend upon the mobility of the station. We will see what are the types. You can see that there are three types. One is no transition, BSS transition, and ESS transition mobility. These are the three types of station in the IEEE 802.11 based on their mobility of the station. Okay, here you can see that a station with no transition mobility is either stationary or moving only inside the BSS. No transition mobility is either this station is nothing but AP or station, these are the station moving within this are the no transition station. Next one is station with BSS station mobility can move from one BSS to another BSS, but the movement is confined it inside one ESS. Means they are telling this is one ESS. Okay, this is one ESS. Okay, you see here a station with BSS transmission mobility can move from one BSS to another BSS. Means station can move from year to year or year to year. We can see here this is one ESS, means it contains 3 BSS. Station inside this BSS can move this BSS or year to year or year to year or year to year. Okay, this is our BSS transmission mobility. They are telling that BSS can move from one BSS to another BSS, but the movement is confined inside the one EAS. This is one EAS. Okay, the station must move from year to year, year to year, or year to year, or year to year within the one ESS. Okay, next. Next, a station with ESS transmission mobility can move from one ESS to another ESS. Means suppose like this only you are containing another ESS. Means you can see that one router is there. Suppose you are having same ESS like another ESS. This is one ESS. This is second ESS. This containing BSS, BSS, BS. Like same diagram here also you are having. Means they are telling that you can see that the communication means station can move from year to year or year to year. That is our ESS transmission mobility. Okay. However, we know that 802.11 does not grant that communication is continuous during the move. Means we are not giving guarantee that the communication is continuous during the move. Okay, we explain 3 type of transmission. One is no transition, base transition, ESS transition mobility. In no transition, station with no transition mobility is either station are moving only inside the base station. Means this is one BSS, means the movement between here or this unmovemented EAP. Next, base transition mobility is nothing but it can be moved from year to year, year to year, or year to year, or year to year, with only within this ESS. Okay. Next, ESS transmission means you can see that a station with ESS transmission mobility can move from one station to another. You can see that this is one ES, this is another EAS, this is one, this is two. Okay, here also containing stations. Like here only we are containing station. Here the mobility between one ES to another ES may happen. This is EIS transmission mobility. Okay, next concept is Next concept is MAC sublayer of IEEE 802.11. Okay, what is the MAC sublayer of IEEE 802.11? Okay, IEEE 802.11 define two MAC sublayer. There are two MAC sublayer. One is distributed coordination function. Next one is point coordination function. Okay, in figure shows that relationship between the two MAC layers, that is PCF, DCF and LLC, means this is logical link control and the physical layer. This figure give the relationship between MAC sublayers, LLC sublayer and this physical layer. This LLC and MAC are the sublayers of data link layer. Under data link layer we having LLC and MAC having two sublayers, that is point coordination function and distributed coordination function. Okay, in this video I am going to explain this distributed coordination function. What is mean by this distributed coordination function? We'll see here. Okay, DCEF. Okay, we are going to explain only DCF, means distributed coordination function. Next video I am going to explain point coordination function. Okay, we will discuss what is meant by DCEF. Okay, DCEF, one of the two protocol defined by IEEE at MAC sublayer called distributed coordination function, that is DCF. Okay, DCF uses CSMA/CA as the access method. Here we are going to use CSMA/CA, nothing but carrier sense multiple axis collision avoid access method is used. Here we are not going to use this CSMA/CD, means here we are not going to use sense carrier sense axis multiple axis collision detection. Why you are not using this CSMA/CD? There is three reasons. There are three reasons. We will discuss what are the three reasons for not using this CSMA/CD. Okay. First reason is, for collision detection, a station must be able to send or receive collision signal at the same time, means the sending and receiving should be done at same time. This can mean costly station and increase the bandwidth required. Okay, this is one reason. Next reason is, collision may not be detected because of the hidden station problem, means collision cannot be detected detected because of Iran station problem. What is Iran station problem? We already discussed in last video. You can refer that. Next, the distance between the station can be greater, means one station to another station there is a large distance. Okay, there will be a large distance. Signal feeding could prevent the station at one end from hearing a collision at the another end. Signal feeding, this signal feeding could prevent the station at one end from hearing the collision at another end. Means they are telling that the collision can be escaped by using signal feeding at the one station, that that collision can hear by the another station. Okay. Next, process flow chart. You can see that process flow chart of CSMA bar CA and NAV. We already discussed this flow chart in CSMA bar CA concept. Another one time I will explain this CSMA bar CA. Okay. Here you can see that here DIFS. Okay, DIFS represent the distributed interframe space. SIFS represent shorter interframe space. Next one is RTS, requested to send. CTS, clear to send. Okay, we can see that DIFS, SIFS, RTS, CTS. Okay, this is the, you can see that this short form standing for this abbreviations. Okay, we'll see the flow chart how it is work. Before sending a frame, a source station sends the media by checking the energy level at the carrier frequency. Means this is source station will sense the media, okay, by checking their energy levels at their carrier frequency. Means the source station will check the energy level of the frequency medium of the media. Okay, if channel is idle, this is wait for some amount of time. That amount of time is called as DIFS, nothing but distributed interface frame space. Okay, after waiting DIFS time, it going to send RTS to destination. RTS is nothing but requested to send. Okay, at the destination, after receiving this RTS, it will wait for some amount of time. This is called as SIFS. SIFS is nothing but shorter interframe space. Okay, after waiting for this time, it going to send CTS, means clear to send for the source. Okay, CTS frame indicate that destination is ready to receive the data. Means destination will send the CTS to our source. What is the indicator of this CTS means this destination is ready to receive the data which is sent by the source. Okay, after receiving this CTS by the source, it will wait for some amount of time that is equal to this FIFS, nothing but shatter interframe space. Okay, after waiting this, it will send the data to destination. You can see that data is sent from source to destination. Okay, after it will wait for some amount of time by the destination. After receiving the data by the destination, it will going to wait for some amount of time, that is short interface frame space, and after waiting it is going to send acknowledgement to source. Okay, after receiving the acknowledgement by the source, it is indicate that the data is successfully received by the destination. That is the end of this process. Okay, if acknowledgement is needed in this protocol because station does not have any means of check for successful arrival at this data detection. Okay, so we are using this acknowledgement for guarantee that data is received by the receiver. On other hand, the lack of collision in CSMA bar CD is kind of induction to the source that data has arrived. I told that this acknowledgement tells the receiver that data is successfully received by this destination. Okay, next one is network allocation vector. When station send the RTS frame, it includes the duration of time that it need to occupy the channel. Means when the station send an RTS frame, it include means RTS frame send ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ at the same time it includes the duration of time that need to occupy the channel. Okay, this RTS send ಮಾಡಿ ಟೈಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ it also include the time that is need for the occupying the channel, that is nothing but NAV, nothing but network allocation vector. Okay, next the station that are affected by this transition create a timer called NAV. Means the timer called NAV will be created. NAV, what this NAV shows? NAV shows how much time must be passed before the stations are allowed to check the channels for idleness. Means what this NAV represent means how much time we have to pass, how much have to pass the time before stations are allowed to check ಚಾನಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಐಡಲ್. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಒಂದು ಚಾನಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಚಾನಲ್ಲು ಐಡಲ್ಲೋ ಅಲ್ವೋ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಬೈ ದಿ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಚಾನಲ್ have to check the station have to check the channel is idle or not. This waiting time is called as NAV. Okay, next, each time a station access this system, this send an RTS frame, other stations start their NAV. Means once one station RTS send ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ NAV. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಈ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಐಡಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅದರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ NAV. ಇನ್ ಅದರ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್, ಈಚ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಟು see if it is idle first check its NAV to see if it is expired. Means that is only they are telling that first before seeing the idle, the medium is idle, first check its NAV if it is NAV is expired or not. Okay, next one is collision during handshake. During handshake there may be collision can happen. How this collision can happen? Two or more station may try to send RTS frame at a time. Means they are telling that two or more sending the RTS at the same time. If two or more station are sending RTS at a time, means there may be a chances of collision. Okay, there may be a chances of collision. However, because there is no mechanism for collision detection, the sender assume there has been a collision if it is not arrived CTS frame from the receiver. So if we not get the CTS frame, means the CTS frame is not received by the sender, means the sender will have the backup strategy is sending again. Means we are not getting CTS, then we are going to send the data once again. Okay, that is the collision during handshake. Okay, tomorrow I am going to explain this PCF, point coordination function. Okay, thank you.